Welcome to Linux Overdose. Today is July the 7th, 2016, and today's episode is going to be about installing BlackArch in a Virtualbox. So we'll go ahead and get into it right now. So I'm going to go open up my Virtualbox, and I also update my Virtualbox to the newest one, 5.0.25 R108.355. I thought I was having problems when I was installing BlackArch, but I kind of understand it now, and so I update my Virtualbox, and because I had 4.3, which I think is the default in Debian Jesse. So I just went to Virtualbox and installed the new Virtualbox. So I got the newest one, and we'll go ahead and I guess we'll go to Arch first. BlackArch. We'll go to distrowatch.com. And how you find stuff real quick here, always hit the Control F. If you notice, I hit Control F and it says find in page. This is how I find stuff. Like I'm looking for BlackArch. So, and right here it is. It's already in green. It's number 75 in the list of DistroWatch. This is how I always find when a page is real large. I'm looking for a text that I know it's on there. I just type it, and it finds it. Right here it is. So that's a good thing to use. And you just close it. And BlackArch is something like Kali, or Kali. But this has more and better tools, is what I heard. So this is mostly a hacker's tool. But there's tools in here for networking, and it has a lot of tools, and it has all these all these window managers that's already pre-installed. You got Awesome, Blackbox, Fluxbox, and and the Spec window manager. The default is Fluxbox, and I think it has a few more other than these, and it boots up pretty quick. And it has a installer too. So we'll go ahead and go to their web page, and should be online. Either that or this is offline. They're offline. Okay, I'm online. Try again. Okay, so BlackArch is not online. That's weird. But if you go to their website, the password is the username is root, password is BlackArch, and it also it has a BlackArch installer, but on the front page it says BlackArch-installer script, and it's wrong. They update it. It's update a version of installer, so you do find it reading their blog, their update blogs. So I was reading all that stuff. So I know what I'm doing here. For some reason, BlackArch is offline. Maybe they're updating it, and maybe they're changing, updating a little bit. So, but check out the site later on. I'm gonna go ahead and go through this anyway. So we'll close this. I already got it download, so the ISO. So we're gonna go ahead and create BlackArch. That way I can show you what it is. RAM we'll go 4 gigabytes of RAM, default, 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 and I usually go around 20. So we'll go 29.8. So we'll create it. Go to settings, and we'll enable this stuff. Disable the floppy. Get the ISO, which is right here. It's the live 2016.04.28-x86_64 ISO. So it's the 64-bit newest version, unless they just, like I said, are updating their website. So this might be even a newer ISO. And we'll do the network bridge. And I believe that's all I gotta do. And we'll go ahead and start it. And just press enter to start it. And like I said, it boots up real quick. And you boot up in Fluxbox, which is sort of like OpenBox. You just right click anywhere and you got all these packages. And you do get full screen after you log in, but like I said, it's default desktop. But you got these other ones. You got Awesome, BlackArch DWM, Fluxbox, which that's the default, i3, OpenBox, SPECTRWM, and WMII. So you can do any of these, but for this one, I'm going to do the default, which is Fluxbox. And the username is root. And the password is blackarch. And I'm in big screen. So, and then I just right click anywhere. Text is small, so excuse the small text. But you got your terminal, you got different colors. You got your X term, red, green, yellow, white. You got your browser, Firefox, and MIDORI, which is good light browser. You got your networks, and we're not online right now. I have to set the network. And then all of these are the tools that BlackArch has. A lot of tools. You just have to check them all out. And but nice tools, and plus you can get familiar with these different window managers. And then you got your firmware, a fuzzy thing. Like I said, it has all kinds of this is not a normal desktop for a normal user. And you got your sniffer and social, your spoof. Like I said, it has all kinds. And then you got Tor, and you just got a lot of stuff here. And I wouldn't recommend this as a normal desktop, but I still want to show you how to check out their installer that they got on here. First, we need to get online. And I just click on this first one. It's WICD-GTK, and I'm on wire. So I just go here to preference, and I just check here, show wire interface and switch to wire connection when available. And then press OK, and then connect. And we'll see an IP address here, so lets me know I'm online. And right here, so I'm online now. So I'm just going to go ahead and get into, see, I don't know what will show up better. I guess green. And like I said, all this text is small, so it's hard to see. but I'll go ahead and install the BlackArch installer. You know, I gotta download it first. So pacman dash capital S blackarch-installer. Oh, I forgot. I gotta do the package update first. That's why I ain't updating stuff. So I'm glad I missed that, just to show you this. Just go SY, and then all this will get updated here. Your repositories. Alright, now we're ready. So now I'll just install this, and then just say yes, Y for yes. Okay, it's installed. Alright, and now we'll run it. So to run it is let's see, yeah, just blackarch-install, and that's all you have to type. And now we're in this like the script thing, how to install it onto your hard drive, or in this case a virtual hard drive. And we want to install stuff from the live ISO, so my choice is going to be 2 here, and 1 for setting a keyboard, and it's US. I'll just press enter, and then my host name, which I'm going to use Gmcrack. This is like your computer host, not your user, but I just use Gmcrack for both. You name your system something and then add a user, and you will have a chance to add a user in this script. And now it's asking for my network interface, which is ENP0S3. That's through the Virtualbox. And then I want to do the auto 1. And I said I'm sorry about the small text. That's how it is on this live CD. But when you install, you can change all the preferences. And I might not show you, I might not have a part 2 on this Arch thing, because like I said, it's not good for a user. I'm just going to show you a quick to get it installed. Now it's updating the pacman database. Alright. And then, you know, my hard drive setup, which is SDA. And then, yes, I want to go through the procedures to format it. And it is going to use cfdisk, which I'm glad, because I'm familiar with it. And this time we're going to do the GPT. So choose that. Okay, new, and I'm just going to use about, it's 21 gigs, so I want to use I guess 27. I mean not 27. 17. So we'll change this to 17, capital G, and then going to make it, let's see, type. It's going to be Linux file system. So and then we can write to it. It's weird that it don't say bootable, but I guess don't have to. And you gotta type yes for this. So, okay, so we're done there. Go to the second one, press new, and it's 4 gigs. And then we got to go type and look for BIOS boot. Because we're not going to use grub, we're going to use SYS Linux, System Linux. It's a loading it's a loading menu too, like a boot menu. So, and that's what the default is, and that's what we're going to use here. Alright, right, yes, and we're done. And so SDA1 is the root, SDA2 is the BIOS, the boot. So, and we ain't gonna do no swap. So we'll quit now. All right, and we ain't gonna do no full encrypt. So no. It's warning whatever. And boot partition, it's asking what the boot partition is, which is the SDA2. So DEV SDA2, that's the boot. And in the type, they use 2, so I guess I'm gonna go ahead and use 2 also for this. And then the root is SDV SDA1, and we're using the 4 on this one, EXT4, and then none. So I'm just going to enter here, no swap, and then it asks me if this is correct table. I'm going to say yes, and are you sure? And yes. And we're installing the base packages. Now, I've done this before. That's why I know what I'm doing here. I got it on my hard drive and everything. And it suggests to put, well, it didn't suggest, it just did. It gave they used the Visa video driver, and I couldn't get this thing big in the Virtualbox. So I might through here I might do the open source NVIDIA, and we'll go this route and see if it will boot up, and I'll see if I can make it big. Now, I might not make it bootable because I'm not going to follow. I'm just going to try something different, and if it don't work, I'll show you how to do it. But you want it, if you're going to install this in VirtualBox, you definitely want it big in your VirtualBox if you're going to do that. And I do like this wallpaper, but it's easy to save the wallpaper and put it on your arch if you want to, because I can find it wherever it is on this system here, or find it somewhere online. So, and this is a big, so it will take a little bit. So, but you can see that that was, of course we ain't completely done finishing through this script, but it's pretty easy to follow. It wasn't hard to follow or understand what you're doing. So installing all this. The USR is huge. It's 13 gigabytes. So this takes the longest. It even says up on the top, grab a coffee. And I'm not sure if it's using download all the X's on here. So I might go ahead and do that. Just make sure I got the Xorg server, the Xorg server utilities, and Xorg XINIT, just to see if I have it all installed before I get the NVIDIA open source driver. I ain't gonna go through the my driver. And the open source is NOUVEAU. So, and hopefully I don't have to change nothing to get it working. If I do, if it takes too long after I get it reboot, I might have a part 2 for this. We'll just see how things go here. Oh, my next episode, I'm thinking about my next episode. Watch me go through something I've never done before. Always want to try Emacs text editor, and I never installed it, never tried it. So my next episode is going to install Emacs, which is easy. I mean, you know, just install it from your package manager. But I'm just going to thumb through it real quick. It has some built-in games I want to play. Know the basics of how to edit stuff through the editor. Probably download some extra packages, add-ons, or however they call it, and just go through some basic stuff. I mean, I done Vim. I'm real familiar with. Well, I can't say I'm real familiar with Vim, but I know enough about Vim now than I did before. I just never did Emacs, so my next episode is going to be that. So all your Emacs pros out there, you might want to watch it just to get a laugh. But I'll try to do my best. And I ain't going to really cheat, but I will have a web page on the side for just the basics. So I ain't going to thumb through it completely blind. But when I start the podcast, I ain't gonna look now. I'll look during the podcast of the basic stuff, and then just go through it and see how long, how easy it is to get into the game, and just play around. I want to do something I've never done before, and this podcast I really want to teach you stuff that I know, but I guess it'd be fun to have something I'm not familiar with. And, so that'd be my next episode, Emacs, which would be episode 25, or yeah, it'd be 25, because like I said, it's 24 episode, which is this one. There might be a part 2, maybe. I guess I could fast forward this, stop and wait till this goes, but it's almost done. It ain't gonna take too much longer. So, but I like the setup, and like I said, it boots up real fast, so you can just have fun with just the live ISO of BlackArch, and play around with Awesome and i3 and all of them too. If you want to get familiar with something super fast, and I would recommend, for this. So we'll wait here. But like I said, it's using System Linux instead of Grub. So I'm not familiar with that whatsoever, but it seems to work. So that's what we're going to use. And I actually do have to install it. And you got to install this gptfdisk also for it to work properly. And then you do an install update, which I will show you. Here, we're going through it now. This here. And now it's doing all the locals, your languages. So it's actually install every single one of them. So, but like I said, installer is pretty easy, really. So I don't know if you can install grub. I think you can install grub and hook it with this system Linux. I think, but we're not going to do that though. And you can change it from grub to sys Linux. I did see that in a form, and it seemed pretty easy to do the switch. So I'm actually learning something new. I read a little bit about that system Linux, so I know a little bit about it. Alright, it's always boring, the installing part. So, but it seemed like since this installer here to install this BlackArch, which is actually Arch with just these extra tools, which you actually can install on a regular Arch. So, this is just a BlackArch that has the tools already installed for you. And like I said, it has a decent installer. It's not graphical or none, but it's easy to walk through it all and stuff. That was just like a screensaver thing. Had to move the mouse. So it's still doing all the languages. And after you install it, you're not completely done yet. You actually have to boot still in the live ISO or CD or USB, however you use it. There's a few changes you got to make before you actually boot up into your system, or you should not boot in your system yet till you make some changes. And I'll show you those changes. And hopefully, me going a different route, installing the driver, doesn't screw up the boot up. And if it does, like I said, I can edit it pretty quick, really. And I might show you that this episode here. I said I might go a part 2 to see how thing goes here. If I run in a problem, that is. The only reason I'm not doing exactly the way I did before, even though I was successful, like I said, the screen didn't get big in Virtualbox, and I said, well, that's just no good. Alright, now enter your Unix password, your root password here. So, and remember your password. Never forget your password. Then you type it out again. It says successful. Now, do you want to start a user account or add a user account? I say yes. Then the name, I'm still going to use the same name. And then it's going to ask me a password. And I use the same password as my root. Not good for security, but it's just a Virtualbox. Okay, now it's asking for the mirror. My mirror will go to default US. And first one here looks like 40. Well, no, there's 41. So I want to choose 41. And of course, you can change these. But I'm going to do the 41. And I'm done. It's actually installed on my hard drive. So that is excellent. So we'll exit out of that and right click. Let's see, exit, and then click here, shut down, and it didn't shut down. So I think it's doing like a 1 minute countdown. I think that's what it's doing, but we're not going to wait for that. I actually just shut it down through the box here. Just power off the machine. Alright, so it's installed. Now I want to I already got the we'll make sure I got it in there. Yeah, I still got the ISO, the CD in there, so we'll go ahead and boot right back up. And booting in the CD. And remember, we're on the CD again, so it's root and BlackArch. And we're not online, so we gotta get back online again. And we won't be online when we boot up either. Oh, press OK, connect. Okay, I'm online. Let's do the yellow this time. I don't know if we'll see yellow better than green, probably not. But it don't matter. But what we're going to do, we want to mount our partitions that we install. So I'm going to do mount space dev/sda1 space mnt. So that mounts my root partition. And now we're going to mount the boot partition, dev/sda2 space mnt boot. And then we're going to do the arch-chroot, ch-root. Mount that, and it's going to be bin bash. Okay, now we're in. Let's see what I want to do here. I guess I'll go ahead and update. /S and then the Y. Okay, everything's updated. And now I'm going to install that system Linux. So pacman sys linux space gptfdisk space and then xf86 dash video I'm going to show you which one they install. That VESA, that's what they install. But I said my screen didn't get big. I tried and tried and tried and I couldn't. Maybe you'd be more successful, but I got the NVIDIA card, so I'm just going to use the open version one. So which is NOUVEAU, and of course you can do something different than that. So go ahead and install this stuff. Say yes. And oh yeah, I want to make sure all the X is installed too, which I should do that first, but I don't think it's going to matter. I just want to make sure it's installed, which I think it is, because it's going to tell me, or it's going to say reinstalling or whatever. And I was going to say go ahead, UTILS and XOR -XINIT. Just want to make sure all this is installed. Let me see, what does it say? Reinstalling. And I don't see the other one. Alright, just say yes. Alright, got all that. And let's see what I want to do here now. Okay, I want to run the install update to read everything to get the system. It's like the grub update when we do the grub update, but now we're doing the system Linux update. So syslinux.install not dash, underscore update, and the flags were I, A, and M, like mom, M. And okay, we're running that. Install successful, so that we got that installed and ready. Now I gotta edit something, and I gotta edit the thing that it just produced. So nano, we're gonna use nano, which is the location is boot system Linux system Linux CFG, and this is the stuff we want to edit. We got a text and a graphical loader, and it got right now the menu -C32 is the text, and the other one is below it is the graphical one. So we want the graphical one. So not to use this one, we just comment it out. So shift, comment it out. Whoops, hit the wrong button. 3, and then go below it and then uncomment that one. So that is ready. Now down here it's booting up, booting the loader SDA3, and we're booting from SDA1. So you see the 3 here, so we just change it to 1, and then the one below it is the same thing, 1, and that's all the changes we have to make here. So now we save it, Control X, yes, and then enter, and all that's saved. And let's see, okay, that's all the changes I gotta do. Now I can exit out of this, exit. Alright, and then I can unmount what I did. So with a /r-mnt, and then I can do a shutdown now, which I think is going to have a 1 minute 30-second countdown. Which is doing this session C1 thing, which we're not going to wait that long. And it's safe to do this. Close it from the Virtualbox. From this power off the machine. I don't think it harms anything. And this is a Virtualbox anyway, so press OK. And we're done. So now what I'm going to do is take this out, remove it. Remove disk from virtual. It's empty. Okay, and we'll see if it'll start up. I don't know if it'll be big right away. I think I have to install a whatever they call it now, the guest edition. So and you can't see your name. But your name's right here. It's highlighted in this white. I don't know why it does that. You can probably edit the color. So, but yeah, Gimcrack, and use my password that I created, and I'm in. There, it's installed. And like I said, I'm not in online. And how you do this, you don't have to. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm not a sudo or under my username, so this ain't gonna work. I can put my password in, and I'll have this fail thing because I'm not root for this system here. So. So you got to add yourself to the sudo lister, which is under etc sudo. I believe that's what it is. So we just open up the terminal. Goes. Let me see. Oh, that's right. I'm not only person to change it is root. So I actually gotta log out. So go root, and my root password is still the same as the user. So I'm root here. Of course I can get online here, but I want my username to get online. So change the directory at etc. And I know it's sudo, I think, list, and it's under, let me see, it's hard to remember everything here, but it's sudoers. So nano doers, is that what it was? No, that wasn't it. Now I forgot what it was. Okay, doers. So ERS. So nano sudo ERS. There we go. And remember, we've done this before. You look for root all, which is right here, and underneath it we just put Gimcrack, capital L, all, just exactly the same what it's above. This is in parentheses, all capital letters still, space, and then capital letters, and then we're done. So Control X, Y for yes, enter. And now we can get online as the user. So we can go ahead and log out again. Whoops. Oh yeah. Just put Gymcrack and password. And now we can get online. My password will work this time. So, and then here, we just have to hit connect. We don't have to go to properties. It's already set. I believe it is. We'll find out here in a second. And this is not automatic. I haven't checked and see how you did that. You got, well, they said put it in grub, so you have to, there's a way to do it. I just haven't figured it out yet. Alright, I'm online now. And what it is, I might have to install let's see, this here. Okay. I'm going to install a file manager. So, guess I don't have to. Let's see. It got mounted. So it should be in let's see, pwd. Okay, so cd. It should be under mnt, and it's not. I don't know where else it will be. You know, it got mounted and stuff. So what I'm going to do is install a graphical file manager, and I'm going to use space file manager, which I kind of like that. So let's see, I'm sudoer now, so I think I use sudo now. Pacman s and space fm, and then my password. Yes. This is just going to be easier for me to install that additional thing. So now it's not added in, no menu and that, and so I'm just going to run it through here. Because you have to edit manually, I believe. So right here is my file manager, which I like space FM. So you need to try this out. It's actually pretty good. Right here, this is mounted, and I want to run this, and of course I got to run it under root. So I can use sudo, and we'll do that. I'm gonna open up the terminal in here, and we're gonna run this. So sudo sh vbox capital L. You gotta do the capital A. It's case sensitive. RUN. And then password and running. Do you wish to continue? Yes. Oh yeah, I might have to install the DKSM. I forgot about that. Let me see. Yeah, something fell here. So let's do sudo pacman s dmks. At least that's what I thought it was. I thought it was DKMS. Or DM. Or DK. Shoot, I forget what it is now. Oh, DKMS. Okay. DKMS. Yes. Alright, now I was going to run that again and see what happens. And I still get a failure. So I got to figure that out. So I think I have to update my I actually don't know what I have to do right here. So I'll investigate this. But at least I was able to boot up in it. It's not big here, so go ahead and exit out of here. I'll go ahead and get out of this. Because all of that's supposed to be successful, or it's not going to work. Because what I'm trying to do is get this big again, which doesn't work here. I can scale it with a C. At least I thought I can scale with a C. Full screen. And then scale it with a C. Okay, so something wrong. Can't even scale it with the C here. So, but like I said, I got it installed. Oh, there we go. I had to max them out, so it ain't full screen. But you can see stuff now. Because I don't think do full screen. Yeah, full screen won't work, but big scale does. So okay, it's installed here. I don't know if I have a part 2, or I might just go ahead and go to episode 25 with the Emacs. I might add just a little information here. Actually, this is probably it. I ain't gonna have no part 2 here. You can already walked you through how to get it installed. It's working, and of course, if you can live with this scaling, which I don't think I can, I would have to use the proper drivers. But I might play around with this. Might have a part 2, or might just tell you how I got working, and then go straight to Emacs. I might do Emacs in here, or install it on my Debian or my Voyager or something like that. So alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and end this. We'll shut down, see if it shuts down properly, and it did shut down properly. See how quick it shut down. So I got it installed, everything. I just don't got big screen, and you don't want to have a problem with in Virtualbox. If you did it on a hard system, you ain't gonna have no you shouldn't have no problems whatsoever. So it's only for Virtualbox. So I got it installed. Hopefully and it's pretty cool to use. I would advise use it as a live live version, and not install it. But it's nice. I like the walkthrough installer, which was pretty good. That System Linux is okay. I still like my grub, but we went with that since that's what they did. That's it. So hope you enjoy that and enjoy the next episode. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.